Oh boy. Good morning. This is the 5am Mester Scrum Show, and I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. I hope you're doing well today. It is our 327th episode and about 6:37 a.m. We're a little bit later, but you know what? There was a rocket ship that went off this morning, so I was kind of watching that. Had to take trash out because trash man didn't come yesterday. Trash people didn't come out yesterday, so put that out. And a couple other things going on this morning. But I just wanted to say good morning. It's a weekend. It's Saturday. And what we do here, we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical and tactical way. Learn from some other things and things like that. I got a big tuft of hair. I'm going to get my kid to give myself a haircut. Need a haircut. We talk about Scrum and Agile. And we do it so we can bring more value and more fun to the workplace and get things done, right? And move on. And slowly but surely, I'm getting back into the normal swing of things. It's been a while. Getting closer and closer back to that 5 o'clock hour for the show. And been up, but just doing other things and making sure stuff got done so that it didn't miss the window. Sometimes in what we do is Scrum Agile, we have to do things to get it within things. There are drop times and all that, and everybody cries and moans about stuff. But you know what? Here's the thing. Everybody wants to complain about stuff like that, like release dates and all that kind of stuff. When you're complaining about all that kind of stuff, means you're not really getting your stuff done because it gives you an avenue to blame something for not getting done. We all do it. I do it all the time. I didn't get this done because of that, and I got a problem. My foot hurts. You know, there's all kinds of things that we can blame to get stuff done. But if we really are working at a good pace and all, it's like, I don't care. Fine. Drop it whenever you want, when you want it dropped, you know. I see a lot of companies that are obsessed with that. There's release schedules and times and stuff. But then they always want to talk about this instantaneous drop. So if you do instantaneous drop, you really don't give a crap. That's all. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk about today. But I did see a lot of people complaining about a lot of things. Social media is getting to be a real pain in the butt. It's like use positive, goofy stuff, and now it's like everybody complaining about stuff. So we don't want to do that today. No complaining. However, I was watching TikTok, and it's really neat. You get a little 1 minute little segment. So we're going to keep this brief because it is Saturday, and we got lots of other stuff to do, and some fun stuff. I hope today. A lot of work though. Some family stuff. So I was watching TikTok, and there was a show called a little guy did an episode called Pomodoro Method. Hope I said it right. Pomodoro, as he said in the end. It gets catchy. Pomodoro, and they're little mini sprints. And I'm just laughing. Of course, I pick up on it because I coach Agile, coach Scrum, and we do sprints. And these little Pomodoros are supposed to be a time management technique. I think I read on Wiki or something like that from back in the 80s. So this is, a little bit before what Scrum came on. So maybe there's a little correlation. I think it's just time boxing in general. So the Pomodoro, the one I saw, and the guy was commenting, some people do a 50-minute Pomodoro out of an hour, right? And you break your time throughout the day. So if you work 8 hours, you'll do 8 little Pomodoros. I like the half-hour one. So there's a 25-minute Pomodoro where you work for 25 minutes. You work intensely. Whatever the topic is, you work intensely at it for 25 minutes. You take a break for 5. Whether you go get coffee, gotta drink from our UPS cup. That reminds me of times when times are rough. So now when I drink out of my UPS cup, that I always go, yeah, but it wasn't that bad, right? It's a little reminder of things that were bad, but now things are good. And doing 5-minute breaks. And this is something I've been mentioning. And I thought sometimes it's like little kids. You watch your kids. Kids remind adults of things they should be thinking of, and it's always the children that said, well, why are you doing that, Dad? I'm like, that's a good point. I have no idea. I probably shouldn't be doing it. But the Pomodoro method. So you work 25 minutes in the 30-minute window one. So you work 25 minutes really intensely, whatever work you got to do. And then you take a 5-minute break. You get coffee, do some stretching, do some yoga, whatever makes you happy, right? Walk around for 5 minutes, whatever. And then you go back and do another 25 minutes. Then you take a break, so on and so forth. And I thought that was great because I think many episodes here I've been coaching that method, and I never have a name to it. So now I got a name to it. So now I'm going to tell everybody it looks smart. I'm going to, have you heard about the Pomodoro method? Where you work 25 minutes, real intensive, and you take a 5-minute break. And I go, wow, Greg knows a lot of stuff. I don't know squat. But anyway, what I thought was interesting and what I try to preach or share or whatever you want to call it, the break. That's the part of Scrum that people aren't paying attention to. The break in the time box. So even in the Pomodoro method, you take 5 minutes off. So what is 5 minutes out of 60? Not quite 10%, right? So you take a 10% break. What's a 10% break in a 2-week Scrum? That's a whole day, right? 10 days, 5 and 5, 1 day. So not quite a whole day. This is where I say we need to take those breaks. We need to celebrate a little bit more. Do the demo, do the reviews, show our product, do a retrospective. I really like the idea of in the same day, on the last day, you do the review in the morning with the customer, see how the product, you get that fresh feedback in. Later in the day, you do your retrospective, your respect on that. And then you have a little celebration that you made it through the sprint and enjoy, relax, downplay, get prepped up, relax, and get ready for the next sprint because it is a sprint. That is something that we miss in Scrum and this process. And I hear so many teams get burnt out because they're going sprint, 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 sprint. So maybe it takes a little Pomodoro method with a little 25-minute intensive workout, which is what a sprint is supposed to be. It's not, as I always said, it's not a marathon, it's a sprint. Boom, right? And then you take a break. You take a breather for 5 minutes, which is equivalent to 10%. You don't have to do the whole 10%. But let's say we do those couple things we got to do, and you relax. You get your demo ready. Everything's ready. You do your review with the customer. You get feedback. You collect that information in, find out what needs, maybe write up some new requirements, some new stories. Do your retrospective at the end of the day, capture some more stories that you want to do to improve your process. But it's more relaxed. It's more intense. It's more, and maybe you do a group dynamic thing, grow as a team on that last day, and you will produce the crap out of stuff. But people don't think so. They think we got to work. I said, you're going to produce a lot more intensely. And the whole idea is to be intense and really focused, laser beam on what you've done. But you need that little 10% break. And that's the part we're missing in the Scrum. So that's what I want to talk about. Share with you that Pomodoro method for little tiny mini little Scrums, little time boxes that are like 25 minutes with a 5-minute break every 5 minutes, right? So that's what I got today. I hope that was okay. And I wish you all a good Saturday and have some fun with the family and maybe reflect and grow, do some stuff. I'm going to do a lot of things this weekend, I hope. I always say that. It doesn't always happen. Anyway, ring the bell. You have a great day. There is that rocket launch on YouTube if you want to watch it. It's pretty amazing watching the rocket come down and then put out extenders and landing perfectly on the pad. We are getting closer to the old Buck Rogers in the 21st and a half century. I don't know. Maybe that was a cartoon. So I wish you all well. Have a great day. Maybe we'll do some more TikToks. And happy scrumming. Bye. Stay safe. See ya.